guys, I'm Roxette Arisa and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a tutorial on this super glowy glam spring makeup tutorial. I love how it turned out. I mean, yeah, just the whole thing. It's very glowy, it's very dewy. I used tons of gorgeous highlighters, so I'm really excited to show you guys, and I'm really excited to tell you guys that I actually partnered up with Sephora for this video. Yeah, Sephora. Okay, girl, we see you. You guys know I love Sephora. I'm always there. I feel like I'm always there on Snapchat, so if you follow me on Snapchat, you already know though. Yeah, it's just, I'm like going through the mall and I just happened to end up in Sephora. So as you can imagine, I was just totally in awe when they reached out to me and wanted to partner with me on this video. I don't know, it just kind of feels like an accomplishment or something, but I don't want to get too gushy in this video. Back to my main point, you know, we're going to be doing lots of highlighting, and highlighting is definitely key when you want to accentuate, you know, the high points of your face, like the cheekbones, the cupid's bow, the nose area, anything that, you know, you want to stand out and create an overall glowy glam look. And that's what we're going to be doing today with all products available at Sephora. So if you want to see it, then don't forget to subscribe and make sure to keep on watching. And if you want to join in on the fun, you should definitely use the hashtags trending at Sephora and hashtag highlighting, just so that I can see your work and, you know, we can all join in on the glowy fun together. So I already went ahead and applied moisturizer to prep my skin, and then I applied my foundation and my brows, so we're ready to move straight into the eyes. And today I really wanted to use the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I know this isn't like a new palette by any means, but it's one of my favorite palettes to use for spring. But I'm kind of jumping the gun here because we definitely have to prime our lid. So this is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance 24-Hour Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. And I'm just going to be applying this all over the lid so that we get a nice base. Now moving into the eyeshadows, the first thing I'm going to do is pick up the shade Strange and pat that into the lid to set down that primer that we just put down. We had a wardrobe malfunction happening here. I handled it. Okay, so like I was saying, we're going to be moving into the Naked 3 palette now, and I'm going to actually take the shade Nooner and start to buff that into the crease as sort of a defined crease shade. You definitely want to, like I said, make this defined because this is what's really gonna make the look. Then I'm gonna take the shade Limit and start to blend that out, and then we'll go back in with the darker shade and define it once again. But this is just gonna ensure that everything is nice and melted together. And like I mentioned, going back in with Nooner to just further define the crease. Next up, I'm going to be taking the shade Buzz on a flat synthetic brush and patting that into the lid as our main base shade. And you can see we're already starting to achieve that super glowy look. So the last step to the eyeshadow, I just want to deepen up the outer V with the shade Dark Side. Alrighty, now at this point, I'm gonna move back to the face. I've been waiting to do lashes because I noticed that like powder was actually getting on my lashes. So we're gonna move to the face. I know this is like a really crazy order that I do, but it's what I do. So I'm gonna be using NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Ginger for my concealer, and I'm applying this underneath the eyes, down the middle of the nose to sort of strobe it, and then any places where I have little blemishes peeking through. Then I'm just going to press that concealer into the skin with my beauty blender. And once your concealer is all blended out, you can go ahead and set it down, and I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And I'm actually not going to be baking today because I want to continue to have that dewy, glowy base, and baking can sometimes dry out the skin a little bit too much, but because I have oily skin, I do still have to set my foundation and concealer into place, so I'm just applying a very light layer, pressing that into the skin to get the most natural, luminous finish, and I'm only applying it in the specific spots where I need to set my base. For mascara, I'm going to be using one of my all-time favorites. This is Too Faced Better Than Sex, and I'm just going to be applying a light coat because we are going to be also going in with falsies. Now for falsies, I'm going to be taking the, oop, they're upside down in there, but these are the House of Lashes Tinkerbell collection lashes in the style Forever Tink. I love these lashes. My friend Izzy recommended these to me. I mean, honestly, anything Izzy recommends, like, I pretty much love, so it's to be expected. So we're gonna pop these on with House of Lashes glue. Now for that bottom lash line, I'm gonna go back into the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette and take the shade Nooner on a pencil brush and start to buff that into the lower lashes. And I'm going to take it pretty low today because my under eyes are so dry for some reason. So this is actually a pretty good way to mask that a little bit more. And of course you want to connect it to that outer part. Now I'm going to take the Estee Edit Inside Track Eye Kajal in the shade Urban Nude and line the waterline. Now that product was super creamy, so what I'm going to do is actually go back in with that same pencil brush and just kind of blend out the edges. And then as always, I'm adding some mascara to the bottom lash line. For contour today, I'm going to be using an oldie but a goodie. This is Benefit Cosmetics Hoola Bronzer. And then for my all over bronze, I'm going to be using another oldie but goodie. This is Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. Then for blush, I'm going to be using So Euphoric from Sephora Collection. And I'm just buffing that onto the apples of the cheeks and blending backwards. Now for the fun part, I'm going to be moving on to highlighting. And the first highlighter that I'm going to be using is this one from Dior. This is the Dior Skin Nude Air Luminizer in the shade 003. It's a shimmering sculpting powder and it is beautiful, you guys. I mean, just like... If this does not give you life, I just don't even know what would, because this is my personal favorite highlighter right now. It's just so highly pigmented. It has really beautiful pearlescent pigments that just gives you such a beautiful luminosity. And the texture of the highlighter itself, it's so finely milled, so you're gonna get a very smooth glow. So I'm gonna take that on my Sephora Collection Pro Highlight Brush number 98 and apply that to the tops of the cheekbones. Oh, child. This just makes me so excited. Highlighting is my favorite part of any makeup tutorial, but I love this highlighter so much. I'm also going to be applying this on the Cupid's bow and down the middle of the nose with the Sephora Pro Fan 65 brush. And as you guys know, highlighters come in so many different formulas nowadays. So you have liquids, creams, powders, and it's really good to like pick and choose which types of formulas you're using depending on what kind of look you're trying to create. So a lot of times, you know, we want that cream because it's very luminous, but we also want the powder because it's going to be long wearing. And this next product is super cool. It's the Natasha Denona All Over Glow Face and Body Shimmer in Powder. I use the shade medium. And this one, like I said, it's really cool because it almost combines the two. It is a powder highlighter, but somehow it's almost like hydrating. I don't know what kind of voodoo magic they put in here, but it really is. And because of that, it's long wearing like a cream would be. So I'm going to take this on my Pro Fan 65 brush from Sephora Collection and apply that all over my collarbone, my décolleté area. You know, I'm just trying to get that all over glow to kind of tie the entire look together. I like to also take that on the shoulder right here, so you can be like and this one you can even take a little bit above the eyebrows, like on this forehead area. That just kind of ties it together. I always also put it on the chin. This one in particular is the best to do that with because of that very hydrating formula that it has. So I personally have a bit of texture on my forehead because of breakouts and everything, but this one doesn't really highlight it because it doesn't have, you know, the dryness that's gonna hold on to texture. We getting glowy up in here. And last but not least, I really wanted to use the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Prismatic Amethyst. This is the most beautiful holographic purpley shade. It's very unique and I think it's perfect for spring. So I'm actually gonna use that as an inner corner highlight today to add a pop of something to the eyes. And I'm sure you guys know Becca highlighters are top notch. They are just so creamy. They have a very buttery texture and they have a really luminizing finish to them. And I'm also going to take a little bit more of this guy on the Sephora Pro Fan 65 brush and add that to the brow bone for a little bit of a brow bone highlight. Now to finish off the look, I'm lining my lips with the Marc Jacobs Pout Liner Lip Liner and it's in the shade Nudist. Then on top of that, I'm going to add on the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Thistle. Then finally finishing off the lip look with the Bare Minerals lip gloss in the shade Far Out. And to finish off the look, I'm just going to set it down with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And this is the finished look. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I had so much fun creating this makeup look. Yeah, I just felt like I got like my creative juices flowing. I was feeling good. I was feeling ready. And the highlighters made it a piece of cake to create this super duper glowy, dewy, finished effect. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to learn more about highlighting, definitely make sure to download the Sephora app. They have really helpful step-by-step virtual tutorials on the app. So check those out. And once you've got those highlights on fleek, then make sure to post some pictures and hashtag highlighting and also trending at Sephora so that I can check them out. And yeah, you know, we gonna be glowing together. Remember, you are beautiful inside and out. I love you guys more than I can ever say, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.